Greetings folks, and I hope your sarcasm settings are at 100% wherever you are in collecting land, and welcome back to the channel for not one but two 1/6 scale figure unboxings and review. So today we're going to be getting up close and personal with Eternal Toys' take on Matt Damon and Matthew McConaughey, aka Mann and Cooper, from Christopher Nolan's 2014 epic science fiction classic Interstellar. But before we dive in, I'd like to send a wormhole-sized shout out to everyone who supported the channel, and please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're sure not to miss any of the 1/6 scale reviews, previews, showcases, and all that other good stuff that we've got coming up. So, Interstellar, what can I say? Chris Nolan's 2001. A bona fide science fiction masterpiece in my opinion, and if you haven't already seen it, proceed directly to the nearest streaming service or Blu-ray outlet immediately and get involved. That's an order, that's how good this film actually is. But enough of my ramblings, on to the boxes. So this is the double pack. You get Coop and Mann. You also get a set of civvies if you're wanting to put together a Cooper in civvy dress. Unfortunately, no body included, but that's just the way it is. You can also buy these figures individually as well. I am assuming A is Coop and B is Mann. Little bit disappointed that we don't see an art box here. This is Mr. Go Figure's first experience with Eternal Toys, so it's a new one on me. They are not the highest price figures in the world, so I can see where they've saved money here on these brown boxes. Let's pick one at random and have a look, and relatively straightforward, very, very simple, these boxes. They just flip open, he said confidently, and inside you are greeted with a foam inlay, and if I can get this foam inlay out of the way with all these boxes, and you're greeted with the figure itself on the inside. Underneath that foam tray, you're going to get the accessories, what little of them there are, yeah, that's the box for the figures themselves. So yeah, a bit Spartan. We'll pop that out of the way, yeah, you also get the civvy outfit as well, and it's pretty much a similar story here. Pop that one open, remove the foam inlay, and you've got the civvy outfit there if you're wanting to go for that look. So that's the boxes. So without further ado, let's get out the accessories, dive down onto the table, and have a look at everything that these two figures come with. Okay folks, so accessories out. Let's take a look at everything you get. Let's start with the Coop. Let's start with Matthew McConaughey. And worth remembering at this point as well, this civvy outfit, the boots, and these ungloved hands all come as extras with the double pack. If you're just buying the figure on its own, you're only going to get the stand, the swap out head sculpt, and these two gloved spacesuit hands as well. So pretty Spartan if you pick up just the individual figure. But let's start with the bases. Let's get those out of the way because they're standard between both figures, and it's just your generic black plastic oval. Nothing to see here. No sticker, nothing at all going on here. And as I say, just simple black generic stand with a generic crotch grabber, and that's that. I won't be using these in the display, not a huge fan of these, but I'm sure they'll come in handy for something. So that's the stand. Let's take a look at the spare gloved spacesuit hands. Now, odd choice this one from Eternal Toys to include these, because the hands I've noticed on the actual figure itself are very, very similar. So yeah, strange inclusion this, and you don't get a spare pair with the Matt Damon figure. So odd choice here from Eternal Toys, but it is what it is. The hands themselves, I think, are quite well sculpted to give that spacesuit material impression. You've got weathering going on there. There's creasing in the in both the backs of the hands and the palms of the hands to give it that material look. You've got those grey sections across the fingers there, the thumb area and the palm, which are textured as well. You've got this silver section here where it joins the arm of the spacesuit, and both the hands have got wrist pegs in them, which is nice to see. So overall, yeah, nice inclusion. They are a very, very hard plastic, these, and I don't see that being an issue because there aren't any accessories for him to grip. But overall, pretty good, decent sculpt and paint application on both of them. Just an odd inclusion when they're so similar to the hands that are already on the spacesuit version. So that's the spare spacesuit hands. You also get 4 Ungloved hands for the civvy look. These are a much softer plastic. They're still a firm plastic, but slightly softer than the spacesuit hands. And these are pretty well done, I have to admit. The bone structure's there. There's vein work going on in there. It's got that tanned look, which Matthew McConaughey had in the movie from working on the farm. The fingernails are sculpted in. Even got some an attempt at cuticles there. So overall, yeah, creasing in the palms as well. I think these hands are pretty good for a third party. And you've got sort of open palm hands, gripping hands, gesturing hands, a sort of semi-pointing, relaxed hand, and overall pretty decent quality. So that's the spare hands that come with the additional civvy look. You also get boots. These boots, now as I mentioned before, you've got to provide a body here. I was going to demonstrate the civvy look in this video, but unfortunately, Mr. Go Figure, believe it or not, couldn't find a suitable body. Most of the spare bodies I've got are for fixed neck head sculpts, so yeah, couldn't find one that fits this type of head sculpt. But yeah, hopefully this will give you some idea of what he will look like with this civvy outfit on. And the boots themselves are pretty well done, I have to say. You've got tread on the bottom there. They're painted quite well, that dark brown with the black detailing going on, sculpted in stitch work. I liked how they picked out the rivets there, the eyelets for the laces, which are sculpted in as well. And overall, yeah, not a half bad sculpt and paint job that Eternal Toys have done on these boots. So yeah, nice boots. Onto the actual outfit itself. White t-shirt. Straightforward this. It's a cotton t-shirt. Stitch work's very good though, I've got to say. The 6 scale stitch work around the sleeves there, around the neck area, all well done. It's not the best quality cotton I've ever come across, but it's not the worst either. And it is what it says on the tin, a 6 scale white t-shirt. You also get his jacket. Now, this jacket is sort of pretty much iconic from the movie. And I think Eternal Toys have made a fist of it here. It's a nice quality cotton. The stitch work is very good. It looks screen accurate. It's got that sort of brown corduroy effect collar going on. There's a 6 scale zip at the front there. If we can slide this down, you can see the lining on this. Now, I'm not sure how accurate this sort of gold paisley lining is to the jacket in the movie. I have to go back and revisit the film for the 300th time to see if we get an idea of the kind of lining, but I think it might have just been material that Eternal Toys had to hand. But it's a shiny sort of gold paisley effect going on there. The zips are functional on front and on the pocket there. Around the back, you've got these silver stud sections and on the cuffs as well. And once again, the 6 scale stitch work here is pretty good for a third party, I've got to say. So overall, yeah, a nicely done jacket there. And finally, with the extras with the double pack, you get the jeans. Now, the denim on here is not of the best quality, and it's already picking up fluff there. Let's get that out of the way. But they're pretty good. I think they're in need of some weathering. They are a dust magnet, as you can see here. They're picking up all manner of stuff already, but the stitch works pretty good. You've got that sort of red tag there to give it the faux Levi look. The yellow stitching as well is in keeping with Levi's, although it doesn't say Levi anywhere on here. And yeah, they're not bad. As I say, could do with some wearing in and some weathering. You've got a pleather belt at the top there. Watch out for that. Obviously, that's going to fall apart within 10 minutes. And the stitch work itself is pretty good, as I say, for a third party around the bottom of the legs there, around the crotch area, and around the waist. So overall, yeah, not a bad pair of 1/6 scale jeans there. So on to the stuff that we're really here for. Now this is the swap out civvy coupe head sculpt. You can use this on the spacesuited version if you want, but there is already one on there in the helmet that comes as one piece. And straight away, I've got to say, this is not the best head sculpt I have ever seen. But I knew this before picking this piece up. I'm going to be picking up probably the Damn Toys Test Pilot figure, which is also Matthew McConaughey, because I think that is a far superior head sculpt, and I'll be using that with the civvy look on this figure. Yeah, they've sort of made a fist of it here, Eternal Toys, and we've got to remember they're working at a price point. The sculpt itself is not bad. The nose, the mouth, the shape of the head, and the hairstyle are all on point. I think it's the eyes here, if I can get this head sculpting close enough. It's the eyes that really let this down. They look a bit wonky. My brain says I want to say cross-eyed. He's not cross-eyed, it's just Matthew McConaughey has a very unique face. Sculpting it in 1/6 scale is never going to be easy. We see an awful lot of sculpts of Matt Damon knocking around in the 1/6 scale world, so sourcing reference points for that isn't going to be too difficult for Eternal Toys, but yeah, it's always going to be a difficult job sculpting Matthew McConaughey. They made a fist of it, but it's not really worked that well. Profile's pretty good, probably more from the left-hand side than the right-hand side. The hair, yes, it's a bit soft. There are individual strands picked out, and there's feathering over the ears there, but there's no real tonal change in that hair. They've just gone for one matte colour, which doesn't really work that well, not that convincing. There are tonal changes in the paint application on the sculpt itself on the face, some reddening at the cheeks there, reddening in the temples. The chin itself has been reddened a little bit as well, but overall, yeah, it's not the best sculpt in the world, unfortunately. They had a go, let's put it that way, but I knew this, as I say, before purchasing this particular figure. So that's the Matthew McConaughey spare head sculpt. We don't need to look at the stand for Matt Damon, because they're both the same. Let's have a look at the swap out head sculpt now. This, I think, is a far superior head sculpt. Is it perfect? No, but it's better than the Coop sculpt, in my opinion, if I can say it. Yeah, unmistakably Matt Damon here. You've got a 5 o'clock shadow there, hint of a 5 o'clock shadow. The hair is a bit flat, as with the Coop head sculpt. Individual strands are picked out, feathering there around the ears, but it's just it's the paint application there. It could do with more tonal changes to give it that depth and that realism. But overall, I think the sculpt is pretty good. You've got the reddening at the temples there and on the forehead. The nose itself has got some nice tonal changes. The eyes are the right colour, they're nice and glassy, the eyebrows are well done, and overall, yeah, that's unmistakably Matt Damon. So yeah, a far better head sculpt than the Coop one, but still not perfect. So that's the swap out head sculpt for Matt Damon, and that's all the accessories. So without further ado, let's bring out the spacesuited duo and have a close-up look at them. Okay folks, so here they are. It is Mann and Cooper, straight out of the box, straight onto the stand and straight onto the turntables. First impressions, I've got to say, first impressions are pretty good for a third party. Those suits look screen accurate, the proportions look on point. They are about the same height in 6 scale, but yeah, Matthew McConaughey is a few inches taller than Matt Damon, but we'll let Eternal Toys off there. But overall, yeah, first impressions are very, very good indeed. The detailing on the suits, the stitch work, the accuracy, the weathering all look on point. But let's stop them from spinning and have a close-up look at them. Let's start with Mann. Now, they are a little bit unstable. This is the first thing I noticed with these two figures. A little bit unstable on these bases, and they'll be a little bit unstable on whatever base you decide to put them on, but there is a reason for that. Now let's lift this the Mann figure off and get up close. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up as we always do. And the reason for that instability is down to these crampons on the boots. Now they are screen accurate, particularly in that scene where they both go off wandering and they're tramping around Mann's planet. They do put these crampons on, but it does make them a little bit unstable. Now I think, unless I'm very much mistaken, these are sculpted plastic. They are quite cold to the touch. I don't think they're metal though. I think that's just the air in here at the moment. But yeah, the boots themselves, really nicely done. Talked about those crampons there, and you can see them stretching all the way around there. Silver paint applications on them. Weathering on the front of these boots is really nice. You've got this strapping going on, and this is actually a material strap. This isn't sculpted plastic, so this strapping over the top of the boot itself is material. You've got this sculpted plastic. Now, I'm not sure whether that is plastic or metal there. It does feel like that could be metal. There is zero give in that that section at the back of the boot there. So I'm going to say that that's probably metal, which will probably make these crampons metal as well. Let me know in the comment section below, are these metal? If they are, hats off to Eternal Toys. You've got that ribbing on the front there of the boot, which is screen accurate. Zip it round to the back. And once again, more weathering going on now. A little bit limited in articulation here. Now, I'm not sure how far these boots go up underneath this suit, but yeah, you are very limited. There's virtually no movement at all there. No sideways movement, no forward and back movement. So you're pretty much going to be having these guys in museum poses, unfortunately. So very, very limited there. Moving up to the actual suit itself. Now, this is material. The suit itself, it's a man-made fibre, feels like a nylon, almost with a canvas type feel to it as well. These sections at the bottom of the boots, these are a plastic. They hold these pouches in place. Once again, these are nylon and weathered. That one's dropped down a little bit, so you might have to futz these around just to get them to sit correctly on the leg itself. You've got a contrast in materials on this shin section. It's sort of like it feels more like a cotton material, this, but it's weathered and it's segmented. You've got a darker section running up the side, which is in keeping with the actual suit itself. What feels like stuck-on plastic knee pads here, they're weathered as well. You've got that detailing on the inside of the leg, if the light's catching that. Once again, it's the weathering here. The weathering is really good, and more weathering on this particular figure than on the Coupe figure, which is in keeping with the screen accuracy there. It was more weathered in the film Man's Planet. He'd been on for quite some time, so yeah, he'd got dirtied up a lot more, and you can see that on the sides here. Let's check the articulation of these. Now, I'm not going to push this too far because of these knee pads here. I don't want them detaching. Yes, there is articulation there, but pushing it will probably be a bad idea. So we're going to leave it at about there. You can get some articulation out of here. Worth mentioning at this point as well, underneath the body here is all padded. It's padded down in the shin area, in the lower leg. It's padded up through the thigh area, through the waist area, all the way up. In fact, pretty much the entire body, give or take these forearms here, feels padded underneath. So what I suspect Eternal Toys have done here is used a generic body and then padded it out to fit the suit itself. Looks in profile, looks a tad over padded to me. There's a little bit too much going on in this midriff section. Yeah, perhaps slightly over padded Mr. Damon there, but front on, it's not an issue. Stitch work is really good in this suit itself. The six scale stitch work. I'm not seeing any loose threads. It's in proportion and it looks good. I'm going to hazard a guess here that we are going to be very, very limited in articulation. Not just because of that padding, but also because of this plastic backpack which is attached to the suit around the abdomen section. Yeah, you're getting little or nothing going on here. There's no twist, there's no ab crunch. Let's check the top of the legs. There is some movement at the top of the legs, but once again, you're limited by the spacesuit itself and that padding. You can get a decent leg spread going on, as you can see there. That's pretty good. But overall, yeah, I think between the padding and the suit itself, you're not going to really be getting these guys in dynamic poses, and they're not really designed for that. But let's move up to this abdomen section now. Once again, really nicely weathered, really nice stitch work, screen accurate. You've got that grey contrasting with the lighter areas. We mentioned the backpack, might as well take a look at it now. Let's swing him around and take a look around the back. And that stitch work, yeah, I can't fault the stitch work at least. The backpack is fixed to, I think it's fixed. There is some movement there, so it could possibly come off, but why you'd want to take it off when it's glued to the suit here is beyond me, and probably glued to this chest plate as well. But the backpack, yeah, once again, screen accurate, liking it a lot. The colours, the contrasting colours there, the variance in grey and that off-white that's been weathered. The silver sections have been picked out really nicely with red detailings. You've got the NASA sign symbol on the top there and a little sort of instruction diagram on the right-hand side. These two red flashes here at the bottom are screen accurate and just make it pop that much more. The metallic paint going on this section here really works as well. And you've got a sort of what looks like a man-made fibre, like a nylon lining underneath there. I'm assuming that's so that this backpack doesn't damage the rest of the figure itself. But overall, yeah, I think that backpack is screen accurate and done very, very well. I think that should actually, it's segmented here. I think that's probably what that nylon's there for. So there's some flex in it. If it was static there, I think if you attempted to move this figure, you would probably find that it would snap. So I think they put some flex in there, which is good to see. The straps themselves come over the shoulders, sculpted plastic, painted quite well. And you've got this sort of sculpted plastic breastplate section, which has been textured, which is nice to see. You've got the man name embossed there, and the NASA name as well. And you've got this little sort of computer section, control section at the front here, which is screen accurate with black and silver paint applications and a little red dot there, just for that extra added effect. The arms themselves, they're a continuation of the same material as the suit. You get these orange flashes at the shoulders, which is screen accurate, and you get the nylon undersuit there that leads up to the base of the helmet. Arms themselves, really nicely done. I am not going to push articulation on these arms either, simply because you've got, not too much anyway, because you've got these thrusters attached to the arms here, and I don't want them to come off. I am going to assume once again these are either glued or attached by some method that's concealed underneath them that I don't want to damage. If I flip it round here, the thrusters are pretty well done. Let's get them into shot here. Nicely painted. Once again, they're weathered. You've got that red section there. And overall pretty screen accurate. You've got the sticker on the emblem on the elbow there, and Lazarus at the top, which once again screen accurate. All the pouches are weathered and the arms are weathered as well. Yeah, it looks like there's a decent amount of articulation there in that arm because it's not encumbered by that padding that we see on this figure. So yeah, decent movement in that arm, if not the best in the world. And same on the right hand side as well. Gloves, weathered, same hard plastic as we looked at in the accessories section, slightly more weathered than the coupe hands, but that's in keeping with this figure. Moving up to the head now, I'm going to drop him down here so we can get this in as close as possible. Now, first thing I did notice on taking these two out of the box was the visor, and now we are under bright LED lights here. Now the visor is a little opaque and I would have liked to have seen it clearer. It's just a little hazy. Probably good to disguise those head sculpts, but yeah, I would have just liked to have seen it completely clear, that visor. The visors do lift up and you can see that head sculpt underneath. Obviously it's fixed inside the helmet itself, non-removable, although you can remove the helmet. We'll take a look at that shortly. I think these head sculpts look far, far better on both figures when they're inside these helmets. The helmet itself, really nicely done. If I can get this close into the camera there, the detailing is picked out with those oranges, different shades of grey, reds once again, and on the top of the helmet itself, you've got this weathering. And I'll try and dip this down so you can see this. Yeah, really nicely weathered on the top there. The visor, pretty smooth action on that visor there, so I can't see there being any problems with that. Around the back you've got two pipes which go into the backpack. If you remove these pipes, and they're simply held in by friction, you can remove the helmet itself. Now, I haven't tried removing these, and I'm not sure I want to be honest with you, because yeah, as you can see there, well, it pulls out there. I am not going to do this on camera because I think you need to be super careful. Don't want to risk snapping this visor, but yeah, if you're wanting to put on the unhelmeted head sculpts, which I'm not so sure I really want to do, yeah, it's on a peg joint there, or on a ball joint. You've got to get some real force in there, so I'm not going to risk that at this point in time. But yeah, I much prefer the helmeted look. Tuck that suit back in there. So yeah, that is that's the man figure, the Matt Damon figure, and pretty good it is too. Let's pop him back on the turntable, get him stable, and this is what I was talking about when I mentioned that the instability of these figures. Because of those crampons there, yeah, even with a crotch grabber, they are a little bit unstable, so if you're picking them up, watch out for it. Let's have a quick look at Coop. Now, pretty much the same story here regarding the padding. You've got that padding all the way down to the bottom of the suit itself, all the way up through the thigh area. the abdomen area, chest area, and the arm area, and pretty much down to the wrists as well, although it does thin out there. Not padded as much as the Matt Damon figure, which is in keeping. He looks far bulkier, Matt Damon there, and I'm not sure I think they might have overcooked it with the bulk there, but yeah. The suit itself is pretty much identical, just different colours. It's missing that grey flash. Obviously, a period of time has passed before Cooper arrives on Mann's planet, so the suits have changed a little bit. So yeah, this one is all that white colour. There's weathering on this, but nowhere near as much as the Mann figure, as you can see. But it comes off pretty well. And the suit, as I say, pretty much identical. Other than that. The only real differences are the NASA symbol in the chest area there. You've got the endurance rather than the name of Matt Damon's ship on the shoulder area there. The pack on the back, pretty much identical as well, as are the thrusters. It's just really the colouring, that grey flash. It's minus the orange and it's grey here, as is the undersuit, and slightly less weathering. Once again does suffer, and I'm going to bring this in with that opaqueness in the helmet a little bit there. I would like to have seen them a little bit clearer here. The plastic in the visor does come off as a little bit cheap, unfortunately, but let's lift up the visor, and this is where things really get quite strange, because I think inside the helmet, and this is the main reason why I picked these figures up. Inside the helmet, I think that Matthew McConaughey head sculpt works far, far better. Let's bring in the swap out one. Now, for some reason, and they're pretty much identical, although the eyes look different here. And if I'm going to try and get this in as close as possible so you can see this. The eyes look different on the head sculpt in the helmet. Now, is that my imagination? Let me know in the comment section below. The pupils look larger on the right hand side. The eyes overall look bigger. There's a different shape to the bridge of the nose that I'm picking up here. The mouth and the rest of the face look pretty much identical, but yeah, very, very odd indeed. Why not use the same head sculpt? Because I think this one in the helmet is far more accurate. And like I say, this is why I picked these figures up. Now, with that visor up or that visor down, that is a lot more Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar, as far as I can see. But that is, yeah, that's the head sculpt. The helmet works in pretty much exactly the same way. Remove those two pipes, and if you're feeling brave, try and get this helmet off, which I am not going to do for the purposes of this review. So there you have it, folks. That is, that's Coop, and that is Mann, brought to us courtesy of Eternal Toys. So I think it's time we went in for a final verdict on these guys. So it's verdict time on Eternal Toys' take on Mann and Coop. Let's start with the good stuff. The spacesuits themselves, the screen accuracy for the suits, absolutely excellent. I think they've done a really, really good job here. I'm going to say this right now and get it out of the way. These figures have clearly been made to a price point, and I think in certain areas they do excel. The screen accuracy is there on the spacesuits. The stitch work is on point. I like the weathering. I like the detailing on the suits themselves. The head sculpts are very, very good considering the price point, particularly Coop's when it's in the helmet. The Matt Damon, very, very good at the price point. Very odd choice bringing this thing in, but we'll get to that. Overall, I think the screen accuracy is there. The suits are great. I think they are very, very imposing. And I think as a centerpiece to any space-related display, I think they really, really work very, very well. The downsides, and there's quite a few of these. This is my first taste of Eternal Toys, and as I mentioned, they've obviously been made to a price point. The padding and the bodies, and combine that with the suit means there's pretty much zero articulation other than the arms. The heads aren't going to move. The legs, you'll get some flexing, but you risk damaging those knee pads. The choice of putting the crampons on was good for the screen accuracy, but bad for posing. It would nice to have been to seen those removable so you can take those crampons off. The accuracy regarding proportions, particularly with the Matt Damon figure, I think is a little bit off. I think they've over padded him. That doesn't really impact the articulation too much, because that was always going to be limited anyway. But yeah, slightly over padded there. The proportions in height slightly off. Let's get to the head sculpts, the good stuff. Really good with the helmets on, not so good with the helmets off. In particular, this head sculpt, I'm not quite sure what was going on here. I've had time in between takes to have a look at this and then have a close look at the helmeted version, and they are definitely different head sculpts in my opinion. So why, when that one is more accurate, did they not use that one and go with this one? Odd choice here, but it is what it is. That's the price point for you folks. So there you have it. That is Eternal Toys' take on Matt Damon and Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar. We need a score on these guys. This is going to be a tough one. They are obviously third party. They are obviously made to a budget. There is some very, very good stuff going on here. I think they are excellent Interstellar figures. However, when you get them in hand, you are going to realize that they are not high end. And that's down to the articulation and the accessories and other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, but I think in this guise, I think they are both very, very, very good figures. So score out of 10. That's a tough one, and I'm doing this on the fly, so to be as honest as possible, I would probably give these a 6.5, maybe a 7. A 7 on a good day. 6.5 when I'm feeling particularly irritable. So there you have it, folks. Yeah, let's go with a 7 for Eternal Toys' take on Matt Damon and Matthew McConaughey. So there you have it, folks. That is the 2 Interstellar figures. What are your thoughts on these pieces? Do you have other stuff by Eternal Toys? This is my first venture down the Eternal Toys pathway, so I'm a newbie to this. Do you have any of their figures? What are your thoughts on the movie? What are your thoughts on Chris Nolan? What are your thoughts on Eternal Toys? Nothing is off menu, so please drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd be fascinated to hear your take on this. And what have we got coming up on the channel? Well, there's a raft more new figure reviews. We've got stuff from Hot Toys, from InArt, Susu Toys, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic, Exo6, Iconic Studios, the list goes on. And as I mentioned at the top there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the reviews, tours, showcases, retro reviews, previews, and all that other good stuff. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is from myself, from Coop, from Mann, a massive thank you for watching, as always. And until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.